Georgia has seen a lot of young people, especially young professionals and entrepreneurs alike, making the move here. The job market here is strong, plus you've got universities like Georgia Tech and Kennesaw State leading the way in engineering and technology. And with that comes a lot of companies making the move to Georgia to capitalize on a lot of those graduates. But if you're looking to make a move here and you're a young professional, maybe you're not looking to live right in the city of Atlanta, where exactly do you live? Vinings is a little pocket located right in the middle of Smyrna. You're about 7 minutes to the Battery, about 10 minutes to West Midtown, and about 15-ish minutes to Buckhead. The location, if you have to commute into the city to get to Google or Microsoft, is really easy because you can jump on 75 and head straight down, or you can take back roads like West Paces Ferry and cut through some really gorgeous areas. If you happen to be one of those lucky ones that lands a job at Lockheed Martin or Home Depot headquarters, you are in the perfect spot because you can literally be there in about 5 to 10 minutes. Now, in terms of shopping and restaurants, there's really no shortage. You've got the Vinings Jubilee with a lot of different shops. Now, just on the way, you've also got some fantastic restaurants. My personal favorite is gonna be South City Kitchen. Now, in terms of housing itself, what does Vinings actually have to offer for you? There's a lot of new apartment complexes if you're looking at maybe renting for the time being, or they've got some condos with your retail on the bottom. There's also a lot of townhome options. There's townhomes for rent or townhomes you can purchase. And then you've got your single family. You've got a little bit of the cluster options, or if you're looking at going ahead and purchasing a single family, you do have a lot of established housing around the area. Now, in terms of rent, you're probably looking at about $1,500 a month for a single bedroom apartment, going up to over $2,500 a month if you're needing multiple bedrooms. The average price point around the area is going to be roughly $430,000 if you're looking at making a purchase. Now, this next town was actually rated the #3 best place to live for young professionals, and that's the town of Brookhaven. Brookhaven is just a little bit towards the east from where we were coming in Vinings, Smyrna area, and you're just about 10 miles north of the city of Buckhead. If you're needing to commute into Buckhead, you're looking at about 15 to 20 minutes. And if you're needing to commute on into the city, you're looking at about an additional 15 or 20 minutes. Housing over 50,000 residents, Brookhaven was actually named one of the top safest cities in 2019 by niche.com. Brookhaven is really established, so you're gonna have a ton of these green spaces, natural parks. Now, one of the things that differs Brookhaven from Vinings, not only location, is gonna be the fact that you have MARTA available to you here in Brookhaven. So you've got the bus routes, or you actually have the MARTA trains that are gonna come here. So if commuting is something that you have to do regularly, definitely check out MARTA because it is going to save you a ton of time. And let's say that you're going into town, not necessarily for work, but maybe you're gonna check out a game at Mercedes-Benz. This is the perfect way to get there. Save the hassle of finding parking, all of that good stuff. You can just take the train there and brings you right on back. Brookhaven, you're gonna find about 50% of people rent their home and about 50% of the people own their home. You're gonna have a lot of different options here, similar to in Vinings, Smyrna area, but you're gonna have a little bit more single family and townhome options here. A lot of Brookhaven is very established, but you do have quite a few apartment and condo options that are new construction, actually in the process of being built. Now, this next one, I get mixed vibes from different people. I personally, if I was in my 20s or 30s and a young professional, I would live here in a heartbeat. The city of Alpharetta. So yes, it is definitely a little bit more suburban than some of the other towns that we've talked about. However, the town of Alpharetta has a lot to offer. The nightlife is great. You've got a lot of fantastic shopping over at the Avalon, which for me personally, I would say it's probably some of the best, more shops than anywhere that you're going to find. Then you've got downtown Alpharetta, which there's a lot of local bars, some breweries, things like that to hang out. The walkability factor is gonna be a little bit less than the others, but you do have sidewalks that are gonna take you pretty much absolutely everywhere. You're extremely close to Tech Park, not only in Alpharetta, but you're very close to Windward Parkway and Johns Creek Tech Park as well. So if you happen to land a job in any of those locations, This is gonna get you there in just under 10 minutes. Alpharetta itself has actually won multiple awards for best suburb. It's won safest suburb. So there's a lot to offer here. Now, if you're needing to commute into this city on a daily basis, it's definitely something I would tell you, check your times. From Alpharetta to get into the city, you're looking at about 40 minutes going down Highway 400. There is a lot of construction that's consistently going on. I don't think the DOT will ever finish it. So it is something that you need to keep in mind. However, I would personally not cross Alpharetta off the list. Now, last but definitely not least for you to check out is gonna be the city of Sandy Springs. It's a little bit closer to Marietta and has a more urban, suburban feel. You're still really close to Vinings, so if you want to go have that nightlife, you're really close. You're not far from the Battery, so catching a ball game or going shopping in that area is gonna be super convenient. You're also not far from Kennesaw State, so if you're attending there, this is gonna be a great location for you to keep in mind. So I've had a lot of people ask, what's the difference really between like Vinings, Smyrna, and Sandy Springs? And I'll tell you. A couple of things really differentiate them. Like I said, a little bit more of that suburban vibe in the Sandy Springs, but the two biggest things that I've heard from multiple young professionals that live in these areas, if you're living in Sandy Springs, you've got really great access to all of the parks and the Chattahoochee River. So if outdoor activities, running, hiking, floating down the Chattahoochee River is something that you enjoy, Sandy Springs is definitely going to be more your hub, where if you're looking more for that nightlife, going out to eat regularly, Vinings is definitely going to be more of your speed. The other thing about Sandy Springs is that you're going to have access to MARTA, kind of like when you were over in Brookhaven, where Vinings, MARTA does not come directly there. You're going to have to actually make a drive to get to one of the MARTA stations before being able to access the MARTA trains. Sandy Springs, it's right there for you. I hope this video helped you. I appreciate you guys so much for watching, and I would love to hear in the comments what you think. If you live in the area or are familiar with the area, do you agree with the places that I chose, or do you think you would have suggested something differently? Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Sorry, that was funny. What am I saying?